Keema pav with a twist. Hi Anupana, welcome to Sanjeev Kapoor Khazana. I'm coming up with a very exciting recipe right now. This is keema pav with a twist. All of us have seen what is keema pav. Yeah, we make keema with either mutton or we make it with chicken keema, that is chicken mince. We flavor it with a lot of spices and we serve it with a piece of pav. What if we do it the other way around? What if we stuff the keema in a pav and then bake it? Isn't it an excellent idea? Yeah, so that is what I'm trying to do right now. So come on, let's make keema pav with a twist. So for that, there are two recipes to this. One is where we make the pav and the other is where we make the keema. So to make the pav, we need refined flour, fresh yeast, milk powder, salt, sugar, butter. For the keema, we need chicken mince, oil, onion, chopped coriander, garam masala powder, coriander powder. This is dry mango powder or amchur, red chilli powder, salt, turmeric powder, lemon juice. Okay. So these are the ingredients to make the keema as well as the pav. The first thing that we will do is we will make the keema, because before it goes into the pav, it needs to get cold. So here I have added oil. Before that, there is another thing I need to do is that I need to process the yeast. So here I take all the yeast in a bowl, to which we will add in some sugar. So to the yeast we have added sugar and now we will add in some warm water, and here we need to mix this and this will get bubbly. So for that we will set this aside and we will let bubbles form here. In the meanwhile, let's cook the keema. Okay, so the oil is hot. Now to this we will add in onions. The more the onions, the tastier is the keema. So here we need to saute this till it becomes brown, and while you are doing this you also need to keep a watch on the yeast. If the yeast starts bubbling up, which means you need to start rolling your dough. But like I see, it's going to take a while, especially what happens when the weather is quite cold. Yeast takes a while to start bubbling. If the temperature is quite warm, this will happen really fast. So depending upon the weather, the reaction of yeast will differ. Okay, so this onion has started browning. Now to this we will add in the garlic. While this is getting sauteed, let's now one by one add in the dry spices. To start off with, I have some turmeric, some red chilli powder, some amchur. Amchur is what is going to give it the tang. Here I have coriander powder. So after this, just saute this lightly. See, the powder spices tend to burn in case the heat is too high or if there isn't any oil in the pan. So well, in that case you can just sprinkle some water in the pan so that the spices don't burn. Okay. Now let's add in the chicken. Okay, once you add in the chicken, keep on mixing it so that it doesn't form a lump, because we want the keema to form nice small granules. To this, let's add in some coriander. We haven't yet added any salt, so salt. And now this needs to cook till the chicken is absolutely done. We won't leave it underdone in spite of us baking it later. So let this cook completely. Chicken doesn't take too long to cook, so which is why I have used this. In case if you have a lot of time and people at home prefer lamb mince, you can also do that. Of course that takes longer, but it even tastes better. So while you are mixing this, try and break the lumps, as breaking this later will become quite difficult. So now let this cook. Let's come back to the pav. Okay, so the yeast, as you can see, small bubbles forming. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll first take refined flour, to which we'll add in some milk powder. We'll add in some salt and slowly we'll mix in the yeast. Just make sure you mix this up well. You see this bubbles which are formed, all the yeast should go into this, and now you need to make a nice soft dough. So for that, after this you need to add in some more water. So here I have the measured water with me. So just keep on adding water. If the recipe says 150 ml of water, please add 150 ml, nothing less than that and nothing more. Okay, so I have added all the water and that's how the dough looks. This needs to stretch really well, but before we stretch the dough, let's add in the butter to this. So you see this dough is stretching. So basically you need to play with your dough till it stretches like this, and it shouldn't break. In case if it is breaking, which means you need to roll it further. Okay, so this is done. Now we just need to roll this and keep it aside for it to prove. Prove, which means since we've added yeast to this, this is going to double up in volume, and then we'll just leave it here. Before that, we just need to dust some refined flour so that this doesn't stick, and just place a muslin cloth over it. This will take anywhere around 20 minutes for it to proof, and after that we'll knock it back and shape it into buns. So let's see what has happened to our dough. Oh wow, you can see this. This is like perfect. Just so it's good to go. We can now stuff the keema in this, but before that let's take some refined flour and dust. We first need to divide this into about 8 portions. So just take a knife, so here I have 8 portions of the dough. We just need to shape them into rounds like this and just shape them. So before we start stuffing the bread or the pav with the keema, we need to set our oven to preheat. So preheating would take somewhere around 20 minutes, and by 20 minutes we'll also be done and the pav will be in the oven. So the keema is ready, it has cooled, and I have a cake mold here. On this I'm going to apply some oil. So the base is what you need to grease, at the same time even the sides. So you take one portion of the dough, and like how we do a paratha, that's what we need to do here. Just that it's slightly difficult, or it's slightly different than what you would do to a paratha. Make sure the edges are thin and the center is thick. Take some filling here. Keep a napkin to wipe your hands, or else you will have the entire dough yellow because of the masala. And just gather all the edges and pinch it. Okay. After that, just keep on rolling this till it becomes a smooth ball. And after that, place this in the cake mold. But when you place it, make sure you leave some space between the wall of the cake mold and where you place the ball. So now that we've placed all the stuffed pavs like this, we'll now cover this with a muslin cloth and we'll let this rise once again, after which we'll apply some milk wash on this, and then we'll put this in the oven to bake. So this will take somewhere around 15 more minutes, after which we'll apply the milk wash. Wow, look at the pav. It's actually doubled in size and it's really light. So it's time to put this in the oven, but before that, let's give a milk wash to this. You can also do this with eggs. When you apply milk, you'll get that nice golden color on top. Now this will go in the oven. At about 180 degrees Celsius, this will take somewhere around 50 to 20 minutes. You'll automatically see a nice glaze on top. The chicken is cooked, the pav will not take more than 15 to 20 minutes. And there you go, the keema pav with a twist is going to be ready. So the pav was baking for about 20-25 minutes. Now it is out of the oven. So let's brush some melted butter on top. The pav is brown in color because we had brushed milk over it before it went into the oven. And now that it is out of the oven, it's all baked. You can serve this. But before that, what I suggest is that we just need to loosen the sides of the cake tin. We had greased the pan though, so I don't see any reason why this will stick, but just that you got to be a little careful. Okay, so this is coming out. Just quickly turn over, and here you go, the keema pav is ready. What you can do is you can remove one pav and serve, or you can just keep it like this, cut this into wedges and serve. The choice is up to you. There's loads of keema which we have stuffed in the pav. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep it like this, and I'll let my friends decide how they want to have it. Actually, it is a simple recipe. Everybody makes keema pav at home, but if you give it a twist, it looks even better. So this is the recipe for you. Please try this way or with a variation that you like. Of course, apart from this, if there's anything that you want me to do specially for you, do let me know. I'll be more than happy to make it. And I hope you have subscribed to our channel, Sanjeev Kapoor Khazana, and in case you've not, quickly do so. In case you wish to come and cook along with me here in our studio, please, you're most welcome. We have our SK Culinary Studio where we conduct cooking classes for all of you. Please come and enjoy this lovely experience at SK Culinary Studio.